Yarny.
Hello, welcome back to Yarny. In this tutorial, you will learn how to make this nice little chick glass holder. It's very easy and actually very quick to make. So the stitches you will need to know for this project are the slip knot and chain, then the single crochet, the half double crochet, the increase technique, and then the front loop only technique. So if you're unfamiliar with any of these, don't worry, I will go slow at least once in this tutorial so you can follow along. Otherwise, we do have very slow and detailed tutorial on the Yarny channel for you to watch. Now, in terms of material needed, of course, for this body of the chick, the color is really up to you. So I use a yellow yarn, but for this tutorial, I will be using a different color yarn. It's the Big Twist Posh. It's in this sherbet glow color. I thought it would be fun to kind of change up the color. And then just make sure you have a contrast different color for these little hairs and the beak. So for the beak, I will be also using this Big Twist Posh yarn. It's in the egg yolk color. So this is a bulky number 5 weight yarn. Then you will also need, of course, a crochet hook. So I'm using a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. If you want your little glass holder to be bigger, you can use a bigger weight yarn, and of course use the crochet hook that will match the size of your yarn. Then you will need some yarn needle in order to sew in the project, some scissors to cut your yarn. I have a stitch marker, just help me with the rounds, and then some basically these little eyes here. And I've bought these on Amazon, so just to have the yarn, the eye holder at the back here. And yeah, so let's get started. So the starting point, we're going to do a slip knot and chain. So take the tail end of your yarn, wrap it around your index finger, and bring it on top of the working yarn, which is the side of the yarn that's attached to a ball of yarn. The working yarn here, do a loop on your index finger. So now you have 2 loops. Take the back loop forward, and then you have your slip knot. Now take your hook, insert in the loop, tighten the loop, and you can start basically with the chain. So the chain is very easy. You'll wrap the yarn around your hook and pull it through the loop on the hook, and this is 1 chain. We're going to do 13 in total. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So now with the chain here, what's going to happen is we're going to work in rounds by going this way and then going down and back, and in a circular motion. As we add more rounds, it's going to get bigger and bigger. So the first stitch is going to be in the second chain from the hook. So the loop on the hook does not count as a chain. Your first V formation here is your first chain. Then the second V formation here is the second chain from the hook. We will do a half double crochet increase, which means we will insert 2 half double crochet in the same second chain from the hook. So the half double crochet, you wrap the yarn around your hook and you insert it in the second chain. Pull the yarn back through the chain. You will have 3 loops on your hook. Wrap the yarn around your hook, pull it through all 3 loops. So this is my first half double crochet in the second chain from the hook. I'll just add a little stitch marker here to mark my first stitch, which will help me along the way. So if you have one, very handy to add it right now. Now wrap the yarn around your hook, insert it in the second chain from the hook again. So the same chain, pull the yarn back. You have 3 loops on your hook, wrap the yarn around your hook, pull it through all 3 loops. So this is the first stitch. Now in the next 10 chains, you will do 1 half double crochet in each chain. So this is very straightforward. So I'll just go ahead and add my 1 half double crochet in each of the next 10 chains. So now I'm at my number 10 here that I will do, and you will notice that you will have one last chain that is not worked on here. So in this last one, we will do 4 half double crochet in this same last chain. The reason we're doing this is the more we add stitch to this last chain, the more naturally the project is going to turn around like this, so we can continue on the other side. So 4 half double crochet in this last stitch here. So I'm 1, okay, 2, then 3, and then my 4th right here. So you see how we turned around naturally? Now in the next 10 chain, you will do 1 half double crochet in each of the next 10 chains. So again, oops, don't forget to wrap the yarn around your hook first. I was about to do a single crochet, but it's actually a half double crochet. So 1 half double crochet in each of the next 10 chains. So this is my 10th half double crochet here. And you will have one last chain to work on at the very end before we get back to the beginning here. And this last chain, you will do a half double crochet increase. So 2 half double crochet in the same last chain here. So 1 and 2. And this is basically round 1. So before we finish and move on to round 2, what we want to do here, so as you can see, my first half double crochet stitch here, I want to attach this one with this one. So what we're going to do is just a slip stitch. So to do a slip stitch, just insert your hook in that first stitch we did of the round here, or the next stitch, pull the yarn back through the stitch and also through the loop on the hook. So this is a slip stitch. So now we're done with round 1. So round 2, we're going to start with a chain 1. And then we're basically ready to continue. So now we're going to do a half double crochet increase, which means 2 half double crochet in the exact same next stitch. So 1 and 2 here. And then once we've kind of done that, the following stitch is still going to be a half double crochet increase. So 2 half double crochet in the next stitch as well. So by now you should have 4 stitches. And again, I would just mark my first stitch with the stitch marker. So now in the next 10 stitch, very easy, you will do 1 half double crochet in each of the next 10 stitches. So I'm at my 10th half double crochet here. So after we've done that, the next 4 stitches are going to be increases with half double crochet. So that means in this stitch, you're doing 2 half double crochet. In this stitch, 2 half double crochet, 2 half double crochet, and 2 half double crochet. So 4 times the increase. So I'll go start in my next stitch, 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. So 1 and 2. And then the following stitch, 2 half double crochet again. So 1 and 2. The following stitch, 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. So 1 and 2. And then again, the following stitch, so the 4th stitch here, 2 half double crochet. So 1 and 2. So the reason we're doing this is when we're doing increases on the edges here, it will help us kind of turn the project. So now, after we're done that, on this straight edge here, 10 half double crochet, 1 in each of the next stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm doing my 10th right here. So now the next stitch, very easy. So you're going to do basically half double crochet increase again after you've done the 10 half double crochet. So 2 half double crochet in the next stitch and 2 half double crochet in the last stitch. Now we're back again at the beginning, basically when we started round 2 here. So we're going, before we end round 2, we're going to merge, kind of join this last stitch with this one. So we're going to do a slip stitch. So I'll just remove my stitch marker and then I'll insert my hook in the next stitch here. And then pull the yarn back through the stitch and through the loop on the hook. And this is how I finish my round 2. So now basically we do round 3. So again, chain 1. And what we're going to do in the next stitch is a half double crochet. So 1 half double crochet in the next stitch. And I will mark my stitch here again. And then we're going to do a half double crochet increase in the next stitch. So 2 half double crochet in the following stitch here. So 1 and 2. And then in the following stitch, 1 half double crochet. And then in the next stitch, 2 half double crochet. So a 1 increase. So 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. So now on the straight edge here, we're going to do 11 half double crochet, 1 in each of the next 11 stitch. So I'm doing my 11th right here, and we're again at the rounder part here, so we're going to do an increase in the next stitch. So 2 half double crochet in the same stitch for the next one. So 1 and 2. Now the next stitch, we're going to do 1 half double crochet in the next. Followed by an increase. So this one will have 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. So 1 and 2. Now the next one will be 1 half double crochet in the stitch. And in the following one, we're going to do an increase. So 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. 1 and 2. The next stitch will be 1 half double crochet. And then here, the next stitch will be an increase. So 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. So this will put us to the other side again. And then the straight edge here, 11 half double crochet, 1 in each of the next 11 stitches. So I've just completed my 11. So now in the next stitch, we're going to do an increase. So 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. So 1 and 2. The next one will be 1 half double crochet in the stitch. And then the last stitch here of the round will be an increase. So 2 half double crochet in the same stitch here. And again, we would join this first stitch here with this last one with a slip stitch before we move on to row 4. So just a slip stitch here, very quick. And now we're going to do row 4, which will be starting with a chain as usual. And then we're going to start with 2 half double crochet. So 1 half double crochet in the next stitch and 1 half double crochet in the following. So just my first half double crochet in the next stitch, and then a half double crochet in the following stitch, and then we're going to do an increase. So 2 half double crochet in the same stitch, 1 and 2. Now we're going to do 2 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, so 1 in each. So 1 half double crochet, and then the second half double crochet in the following stitch, and then we're doing an increase. So 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. So 1 and 2. Now I did forget to put my stitch marker, but it is pretty apparent where that first stitch is, right here, because you kind of see a little bump here for the start of the next row. And then we can continue basically 12 half double crochet in the next 12 stitches. So 1 in each of the next 12 stitch. So I'm at my 12 half double crochet here. And then the next stitch will be an increase, so 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. So 1 and 2. And the next stitch will be 1 half double crochet in the next stitch, and then 1 half double crochet in the following stitch. And we're back to our increase. So the next stitch will be 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. So my first, and then my second here. And then we're back to 1 half double crochet in the next stitch. And then 1 half double crochet in the following stitch. And then we're going to do another increase, so 2 half double crochet in the same stitch here. So 1 and 2. And then again, 1 half double crochet in the next stitch. 1 half double crochet in the following stitch. And then we're doing an increase. So 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. So 1 and 2 here. And now the next 12 stitch will be 1 half double crochet in each of the next 12 stitches. So 1, I'll just go in until I reach 12. So I reached my 12th stitch here. Now what we're going to do in the next stitch will be an increase. So 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. So 1 and 2. And then we're going 1 half double crochet in the next stitch. 1 half double crochet in the following stitch. And then you will have a last stitch for your row here. The last one will be an increase. So 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. Now once that is done, again, we will do a slip stitch with the first stitch of the row here. Like this. And this is row number 4. So now we will chain 1, and now the next round 5 will be very, very easy. What we're going to do is half double crochet all around, so 1 in each of the next stitch, and then in I guess the difficulty is like we're not going to do a real stitch. We're going to work on the front loop only. So what this means is when you look at your stitch, you see 2 legs here, so 1 leg and 2, so you always insert your hook under the full leg. But the front loop here, we're going to insert our half double crochet only in the front leg, so the leg of the V that's closest to you, and then the hook basically comes out the middle like this. So this is what we're doing on the entire row. So wrap the yarn around your hook, insert it under the front loop, pull the yarn back, and then wrap the yarn around your hook, pull it through all 3 loops. So this is your first stitch here. So now just go ahead and do that half double crochet in the front loop all around. Just like this. and we're just moving So I'm doing my last stitch here, and this is basically the end of the row. And again, what we're going to do is a slip stitch to join the beginning and the end of the row. And then we're moving on to our last round, which is very even easier. So essentially we're going to do slip stitch all around. So meaning insert your hook in the next stitch here, pull the yarn back through the stitch and the loop on the hook. And this is what you're doing the entire row here, like this. So just gonna go back and put my stitch marker. It was right around here. So again, I'm arriving back at my beginning, so I'll just do a one last slip stitch to end this entire row here. And then this is basically our base, and we can go ahead and just cut the yarn and then pull the yarn through like this. And then this is where we're going to need the yarn needle just to sew in this end here. So technically when you did the slip stitch, it made the stitch already pretty sturdy, but just go like on the edge here and weave in your end so that you can kind of hide the yarn. And then once you're satisfied, I like to bring my yarn all the way to the bottom here. And then you can just cut it again so that we don't see this little thing. And same thing with our beginning here that you can cut. So this is our base of the glasses. And now what we're going to do very quickly is the little beak. So the beak, take the other color yarn that you're using. For me, like I said, it's the egg yolk. So I'm going to do a slip knot and chain again. And I'm going to do a foundation chain. So I'm starting with 4 chains. So like I said, very small and quick. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'll just do single crochet in the next 2 chains, but starting from the second chain from the hook. So single crochet, second chain from the hook. So my first single crochet, and then the second one in the next chain. Now my last chain of the row, I'll do 2 single crochet. So 1 and 2. This will bring me to the other side. And again, I'll do 2 single crochet in the next 2 chains. So 1 and 2. And just a last little slip stitch here with the last chain, like this. And this is just the beak. That's basically it. So cut your yarn, maybe leave like 6 inch just for the sewing. Pull the yarn through. So this side here, you will just hide the little piece of yarn under the beak like this. And then you want to position your beak in the middle, but not too center. So you see how this is the middle of our project here. I like to position it right below and then middle here. So middle way when you're looking horizontally, but just below the middle when you're looking vertically, like this. So then insert the yarn in your yarn needle here, and you can start basically sewing this. So very easy, you just insert it and then going all the way through, back and forth. Like I do it all around the beak. So you do this until you feel like the beak is properly secured. So once you're basically satisfied here, I turn the project around and I just do like a little knot just randomly in the stitch here. So I create a little loop and I insert my yarn in the loop to create the knot, just to make sure my yarn won't unravel, and then hide the yarn and you can cut. So now you have this basically little beak completed. And we're going to do the little hairs on top. So for the hairs, I take the same color as the beak. And I just cut maybe like a 12-inch thread of yarn here. And I look for the center on top. So I use my beak to find the center. And then when I find the center with my beak here, I insert my hook, bring the yarn through, and then I leave a space of basically 1 to 2 stitch, as long as I make sure that when I pull my yarn like this, I can see that it's centered. So now I just bring it here and attach it. Like this, and then I cut. And I do the same thing again at the exact same location where I had the initial holes here. So honestly, you can do this as many times as you want, because if you want a lot of hairs, just feel free to just keep adding hair. I basically kind of do this 3 to 4 times. Like when I have 6 to 8 strands of hair like this, I basically stop. But if you want a fuller hair, like I said, just continue doing this as you please, as long until you are satisfied with the fullness. So again, attach it here. And cut. So I'm pretty much satisfied with how full it is. You can just pull on all the yarn just to make sure everything is very secured here. And then I just like to trim it, make it a little shorter. So it's not falling down. Hold it like this and just trim it like this. So if the little hair is basically shorter, it's easier for it to stand up like this. Now the last part is just to put the little safety eye. So I like to put the eye just a tiny bit above the beak, maybe like one row above the beak. Then I secure it on the other side. And then I make sure it's even. So it's about 6 stitches apart, but when you look at it, if it's symmetrical and everything, then it should be fine. And basically you're done with your little glass holder in any color that you wish. So it's very cute to hold your glasses in the little chick here. All right, so I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more content, and I'll see you soon. Leave a comment to let me know what you would like to see as tutorials or any other type of comment. Thank you.